Now, as the forests of Uttarakhand continue to burn, 4 persons were arrested. 46 cases were filed under the Forest Act on Monday. Police Constable Pankaj Chauhan died of injuries sustained during the firefighting attempt. 4 lives in all have been lost in fire-related incidents. India Today has also learnt that the fire that engulfed the forests of Uttarakhand was man-made, and 4 people have been arrested for allegedly stoking the forest fire. Now, on Monday, the fire also spread across state borders to Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir, as well as parts of Himachal Pradesh. A school in Kasauli was evacuated after the fire reached very close to its premises. A midnight fire also broke out at a cemetery near Shimla. Now, blazes were reported from 12 new places in the forests around Shimla, with Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh saying a rise in temperature caused the fire in the Shimla Rural Forest Division that gutted over 50 hectares of forest land. Let's go across to Manjeet Sehgal joining us over the phone lines with more details. Manjeet, if you could give us more details on what really is the situation in Shimla as well as in Rajouri. We understand it's not as bad as what happened in Uttarakhand.
Yes, Akshita, a number of forest fire cases have been reported in 7 districts of Himachal Pradesh during the past 3 to 4 days. So forest fires have raised a sizable chunk of the green cover during the last 3-4 days. And the state's forest department is inadequately staffed and poorly equipped to deal with the situation. It is the locals who are trying to fight the fires at their own level. Nearly a dozen villages have been threatened by the forest fires, and people are spending sleepless nights. A major fire tragedy was averted in Kasauli yesterday, as the fire almost touched a school complex. 600 students and 150 staffers were evacuated as precautionary measures as the flames touched the school. However, nobody was injured in the incident. So besides this, we also came to know that the UNESCO's World Heritage Site, Kalka Shimla railway track was also burned partially, but both sides by the forest fires besides the National Highway 22. So forest fires are still continuing, and people are fighting themselves, Akshita.
All right, Manjeet, thanks for getting us those details. Let's also get in a word from Ankit Tyagi, who's been tracking all the operations that have been taking place in Uttarakhand. Ankit, first of all, if you could give us the situation, an update on really the situation in Uttarakhand, but also we know that that fire is spreading. Do we know if the IAF will also step in Himachal, in Rajouri? Because as Manjeet had pointed out, clearly the state department, the forest department there, is ill-equipped.
Well, that will depend on whether the state governments in Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh who ask for the help of the Indian Air Force. As far as Uttarakhand is concerned, the fire, more or less about 80% of the fire across the state has been controlled. There are sporadic fires in a few districts. In fact, Almora, where I am, mostly the fire has been controlled. There are small fires that are still burning. One sad news that has come in today is that one person, a police constable, has been killed, and he has died by thousands of fire in Chamoli district. So that has taken the toll of the people who have lost their life to 8 in the state now.
Okay. All right, Ankit, we'll get back to you for more details. Thanks for the moment, though, for joining us with the latest. Now, Indian Air Force choppers with the capacity to carry over 3,000 litres of water are collecting water from the Bhimtal Lake and making sorties of affected areas to douse the fires. And as the firefighting operations peak, India Today travels to Ground Zero to get a first-hand report of the bid to extinguish the fire. Take a look.
As major forest fires continue to ravage the highlands of Uttarakhand, India Today travelled to one of the sites of this biggest inferno, tracking the raging fires as they spread and are fought back.
You can't possibly breathe here. The temperatures are extremely high. It's difficult even to stand. My camera person Yogender and me, and you can see it's just difficult because the fire, wherever these leaves are, it just chases you.
India Today traced the Indian Air Force's massive water sprinkling operations to douse the simmering forest fires.
It has scooped that water from the Bhinta lake. 3,500 liters is what the capacity of this Russian Bambi basket is. 2 such choppers have been pressed into action by the Air Force. It's a tricky operation, it's not easy.
On board a Mi-17 helicopter, India today traced the entire operation from the filling of a helicopter Bambi bucket at the Bhinta lake to dropping the water at various affected sites.
There you see the water being dropped there from the Bambi bucket right on the mountain where there was smoke and fire. So look at that fire line and the smoke down below. This is where the inaccessible parts are, and this is where the Air Force choppers are dropping the water.
While the Indian Air Force and its warriors continue to battle the fires, poor visibility because of the thick smoke is hampering air operations.
The visibility is a major issue as far as these choppers are concerned. Due to the fire, there is a lot of smoke, and you can see that even the pilots are saying that poor visibility is hampering the operation.
With 2 helicopters pressed into service and all security agencies working very hard to extinguish the simmering fires, officials are now hoping that the situation will be brought under control in the next 48 hours. With Ankit Tyagi in Nainital, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the 90-day blaze has had widespread ramifications not just on the ecology but also the economy of the hill states. Now, according to reports, the tourism officials are worried that the Char Dham Yatra, which is a source of great revenue, could get affected. Officials were expecting a huge footfall this year and fear a plummet in tourist numbers similar to the disaster that was witnessed in Uttarakhand in 2013. Now, raging forest fires in Uttarakhand could have a devastating effect on the state's glaciers as well, which are the lifeline of the major rivers flowing through India's northern plains. The fires have already resulted in a jump of 0.2 degrees Celsius in temperatures across North India, which could also have an effect on the coming monsoons.